One of the biggest lies and problems I see in the fitness industry is the people who are obsessed with being super jacked, in super amazing shape, yet they're broke as a joke. And the reality is, I've also thought that being jacked in great shape may be successful on its own. The reality is you want to be kind of the ultimate human being where you cover every area of your life and you're not just successful in fitness in the way you look. Having worked with hundreds and probably 1,000 trainers at this point, I see people who maybe aren't in great shape, who make a lot of money, who are very successful, who if they were in slightly better shape would make more money. But I see a lot of people who are phenomenal condition, amazing physiques, amazing bodies, who do not make any money because they do not learn what's actually important as well, which is the actual skills you need if you want to run a business and be successful in life, which is going to be predominantly marketing, sales initially to begin with. And 3 is like the golden rule, don't be a dick, because often the people who are in the best shape are maybe the most arrogant, egotistical, narcissistic, and those things often come across, which ultimately what hold them back. Because the fact that I think a lot of people just focus on their physique maybe online, and I've kind of been pulled down that rabbit warren before as well, it means you're essentially optimizing for likes rather than optimizing for clients and money. And the reality is your likes won't pay the bills, but cash that clients pay you will. And this super coach out there who crushes and does very well does two things. And this is what you can do, is one, you get in good shape, great shape. You practice what you preach, you do it consistently, day after day, you document that, you show that. You're very transparent with what you do, why, when, how. But number 2 is you also earn the other side of the coin, which is how to market, sell, and if you want to scale your business, lead, train people, and actually build a business, not a job. Because what most people do is they kind of pick one or the other. But there's very few people who do both. And I give an example of a very good friend of mine who does very well is Ryan Fisher, former pro CrossFit athlete, does very well in business because he also learned those skills. And if you have a great physique, you have a lot of the core character traits which you can carry over, which will help you in your business skills. Discipline, delayed gratification, hard work. These are the things you need, but you just need to actually put probably the 10 to 20 hours into the other skills that you don't have. And what are the core things you should learn? One is going to be marketing, probably like copywriting. So copywriting is essentially text that sells. Number 2 is going to be paid advertising, how to run paid ads, how that essentially works. 3rd is going to be sales. 4th would probably be tech and AI. Now, you don't have to be the ultimate grandmaster, sensei, all of these things, but if you can learn the basics and how to execute it well, that's more than enough. It's why Michael Jordan used to warm up before basketball games just by doing chest passes. Like you do like hundreds, just as basic warm up. Because the reality is the basics as in basketball, as in business, are the exact same things that will see you successful. The reality is just the coach who makes more money than you, who is in as good shape as you, if not better than you, but also has the skill sets, practices the basic skills over and over and over again. And he slowly gets better. Quick interruption to the podcast. If you're taking value from this, you're learning, you're getting inspired, and you're getting motivated, please subscribe to the podcast. 90% of the people who watch this haven't. So if you could subscribe and leave a 5-star review, it would personally mean the world. Now back to the podcast. So my advice to the trainers out there who are focusing on becoming Mr. Bradford or Mr. Hampshire or whatever it is, no one cares about your plastic trophy. Your potential clients probably don't care either, unless you want to work specifically in the bodybuilding niche. You have to understand that that's more of you fulfilling your own ego and insecurity rather than you actually building a business and a brand which people are going to buy into. So the more you can showcase you being in great shape and how you do that on the back end, and then do that with the right softer sales skills, will give you the success you want more than just being jacked alone. And I think this is something that I think is a big change in industry where people will start to learn and are starting to learn. And if I take it back to maybe 2018, when I first started posting fitness content, I remember the bodybuilding community and the bodybuilders in gyms would have a bit of a pop at me about making content. And the reality is they're all now doing it. And this is where like I can see trends and how things change over time, because I've been doing this for quite a long time and have a very wide array of a network of the trainers we work with and a lot of touch points in the fitness industry to see what's happening very quickly. So My honest advice to younger guys out there, younger women out there, don't just focus on the way you look, but also focus on who you can help and the skills that you need to actually be able to serve those people. And the best way, in my opinion, to learn right now is to find someone who's done the thing you wanted to do. Transparently, we worked with 17,000 fitness clients. I can probably help you with that. If you don't want to work with us, then the second thing I would do is I would binge our YouTube channel and free content online. Third thing I would do is I would use AI in terms of uploading information into it, and also a great way to condense books down to learn faster is ask it, for example, give me the 5 best things I can take from Russell Brunson's book, Traffic Secrets. This is the way you can learn quicker, but it's also not about learning, it's about implementation and executing, because often the reason people have jacked physiques but don't have a great business and maybe they're stuck trading time for money as personal training is because you're afraid. You built this outer armor in terms of the way you look, but you're afraid to put yourself in the uncomfortable zone of paying someone to try and teach you something, of trying to, maybe you might look stupid for the first time because you don't understand how to do something. And that's okay, because everyone was a beginner at something once. And the first time you went to the gym, you probably felt stupid and were a beginner as well. I can remember a distinct time I went to a gym called Forest Gym in Crawley. It's literally like, the giveaway is the name. It's Forest Gym because it's a gym in a forest. It's basically like a shed. And I remember I went in there and literally has like really shitty old equipment. I mean, my feet were wet and I went on a leg press. My feet slipped off the leg press and the leg press dropped underneath me. Fortunately, I had safety things that stopped. Massive bang, and it kind of broke the leg press thing. I was obviously pretty embarrassed, and it's like super hardcore bodybuilding gym. But guess what? I still went the next day. And the reality is, it's okay for you to get embarrassed and things not to work out for you in your business and in your career and also in your fitness. You just got to keep turning up all the time. And the reason you don't take the next step is because of fear, which when you scrape it back a layer is down to the embarrassment of potentially your peers, your family, or someone of what will they say. And if you identify who that person is, who you're worried about, what will they say, you can then take the right actions. So if you're out there and you're one of these 2 buckets, if you're a trainer and you're in great shape, but you have terrible business acumen and you're just trying to get vanity likes, and you maybe come across as a bit of an egotistical prick on social media, then I would learn the other skills of marketing, sales, and the other stuff and try and actually build a proper brand. Number 2, if you're a coach and you've got a good brand, but you're not in great shape, if you get in great shape, you will make a lot more money. Fitness is very simple. Implement this advice, scale your business, and check out the next episode coming up now.